This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.
It's Wednesday, May 13, and time for the Barbados Today evening update. So glad you can join us. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. A man is in police custody assisting with investigations into Monday's stabbing in Valery, St. Michael. 48-year-old Cheryl Springer and her 23-year-old daughter, Jaleesa, were at home when they were reportedly attacked by a young man around midday. Cheryl has since been released from the hospital, but Jaleesa is still warded there and is said to be in stable condition. Now, in the wake of this week's stabbing incident, tenants in a similar housing development are expressing concerns about security. A team from Barbados Today visited the Country Park high-rise apartments today, where tenants complained about the main entrances to the 4-story building. They say those doors are often left open by other residents, exposing them to physical violence, burglary, and even death. And they're now calling on the management of the National Housing Corporation to install more security doors at those entrances, as well as deal with what they say is inadequate lighting in the stairways, landings, and around the perimeter of the housing estate. Meantime, a female driver had to be removed from her vehicle with the help of the Jaws of Life following an incident near the gas station in Wildey, St. Michael. Reports indicate that two vehicles, a white Isuzu van and a burgundy Kia Sportage, collided and snapped a utility pole, which fell across the road, rendering it impassable to vehicular traffic. Police investigations are continuing. In other news, the Queen Elizabeth Hospital is feeling the impact of the ongoing strike by waste haulers and truckers. The private company that's responsible for the disposal of the hospital waste says it will not be picking up any garbage as of today. Anderson Sherry is the lead spokesman for Jose E. Jose.
They have to move the hospital garbage, whether they pay me or not.
So who's moving it now that you're not working?
Well, as from today, there's no more movement at the hospital. We are awaiting government decision on this matter.
So there's medical waste storing up at the hospital as we speak?
Storing up at the hospital. It's very serious. We have all of the supermarkets, the hospital, and all of the guys have made a decision. All of us decided we are not moving until a decision is being made.
So you're saying that even though you've been off the job, you've been moving some
today, no waste will be moving.
But you moved some on Monday and Tuesday then?
Last week and on Monday.
Okay.
But as from today, all of us as a group agreed that no waste will be moved until the decision is made.
And nobody at government has spoken to you about this?
No, none. And it's very urgent. They need to make a decision and make it today in the interest of the country.
At the same time, the haulers who met with members of the Private Sector Association and the Fair Trading Commission today are still hoping for a solution. They are insisting that the $25 tipping fee needs to be scrapped and that more favorable methods can be found to finance waste disposal in the country.
I really want to encourage Minister Sinclair to sit with us. We have some good ideas, and we have something on the table that we know that can work. As you see, the greening levy didn't work. The solid waste tax didn't work. This tipping fee just can't work. But please come and sit with us and hear it from the grassroots side of it, and we can get it fixed.
You were saying that what can work? What is the solution?
Well, there are several solutions. And we should discuss at a later time.
In sports now, some scores from the preliminary round of the ongoing BICO-sponsored National Sports Council's primary schools football competition today. Wilkie Cumberbatch came from behind to level the score 2-2 when they played People's Cathedral. St. Cyprian's defeated St. Paul's Primary 3-1. Charles F. Broome thrashed St. Ambrose 5-0. Severo Belmont scored for St. Giles in their 1-0 victory over Belmont Primary. Eden Lodge gave Lawrence T. Gay Primary 3-0, and Trinity Academy won 1-0 over St. Mary's Primary. St. Martin's Mangrove emerged winners when they outplayed St. Mark's Primary 2-0. Reigning champions Grantley Prescott trounced St. Joseph Primary 6-1. St. Elizabeth Primary went down to Chalky Mount 2-1 and the Costa Edwards edged out St. Bernard's 2-1. Hildeskin were 1-0 victors over Blackman and Gollop, while Gordon Walters Primary won 4-0 against Bailey's Primary. Wesley Hall thrashed Alfala 7-0, while Westbury Primary had a 1-0 victory over Dickens Primary.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Farley Hill, Crane Beach, fried chicken at Pug's Bar. All parts of Barbadian life that some might know, but others don't. So join me, Katrina Marshall, as I go about town and across country, peeking into tucked away districts and liming with the people who bring them to life. About town and across country, coming soon to Barbados Today, news you can trust.
We pick up with news from the regional scene, and more appeals for calm in Guyana as the ruling People's Progressive Party Civic demands a recount of the ballots in all 10 regions across the country. The party, led by President Donald Romata, also hinted at the possibility of going to the court to prevent the Guyana Elections Commission from disclosing the results of Monday's general election. Preliminary results gave the main opposition, a Partnership for National Unity and the Alliance for Change, a significant lead, according to GCOM. However, there is still no outright winner. And on the international scene, 6 men are dead following a small plane crash in northern Mexico. Authorities investigating the cause of the crash say locals claim that gunmen shot the plane down. However, investigations are continuing. The Cessna-type plane was found in a stream late last night in a mountainous area of the Chihuahua state. And that's our evening update, but we'll be back again first thing tomorrow morning. Until then, log on to www.barbadostv.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, our email updates, and like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media, that's in bus terminals or screenplay, that's at a supermarket or a gas station near you. Also tune in to Channel 101 online TV, as well as Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Good evening.
This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.